Hi, I'm Elaine Clark, the Gatekeeper. I want to welcome you to this video. For the next 7 minutes, you're going to learn how important it is to help your team manage stress. My company is called the Gatekeeper, and I believe that we each are the gatekeeper of what we allow in and out of our minds. We have to be vigilant to let good things in, positive things, to keep our productivity up, and for you as a business owner to drive that bottom line. Let's talk about the number one investment you can make to help manage stress. Stress is a silent thief cutting into your profit. You must learn how to stop losing money that stress is stealing from you as we speak. What exactly is stress? Stress has become a buzzword that's thrown around hundreds of times every single day. By definition, stress is a state of mental or emotional strain that results from adverse or very demanding circumstances. In the business world today, because owners must use their hard-earned dollars wisely, stress is a very serious matter. Most business owners don't realize how much money they could really be making if effective stress management training was implemented. It's the difference between success and failure. You may feel like owners I talk to. You're in an exhausting struggle, a vicious loop. You're working hard, working long hours, trying to get ahead, trying to stay on top, trying to get that edge. And yet, despite all the effort and energy, you feel like you should be making more money. I can't believe I worked this hard to be this poor. Want to know a secret? The secret ingredient that thriving business owners are using, and it's not really a secret, business gurus have been talking about it for years. Investing in your team. Help them manage stress. It's a must-do component, and most business owners either don't think about it, don't relate stress to profits, and don't realize training empowers. Old ways won't open new doors. And it's so true, nothing changes if nothing changes. Decide now it's time for a change. Dear stress, let's break up. As a seasoned corporate trainer, I have a front row seat watching owners struggle with stress while business suffers. Let's be honest. As you hear me say training will empower your team, you're really thinking, huh? That's silly. No way. How can that make a difference? You're thinking, I've been in business for more than 10 years. I know my business inside and out. I am also well aware of where my money's made and where my money's lost. I've hired and I've fired, and for everyone fired, there's 3 more at my door. So I don't need to make any investment in my people. Newsflash. You are missing a necessary component that, in fact, merits a stellar return. Top business gurus get it. Warren Buffett says investing in yourself is the best thing you can do. Anything that improves your own talents. No one can tax it or take it away from you. They can run a huge deficits, and the dollar can become worth far less. You can have all kinds of things happen, but if you've got talent yourself and you've maximized your talent, you've got a tremendous asset that can return tenfold. Bill Gates, as we look ahead into the next century, leaders who will be those who empower others. And I love what Steve Jobs says. I know from my own education that if I hadn't encountered 2 or 3 individuals that spent extra time with me, I'm sure I would have been in jail. Smart companies recognize their employees as their greatest advantage. Jack Welch said it's all about growing your people, not you. You grow from the reflected glory of your people. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. And I see it firsthand time and time again over the last 20 years. Remember, this is what I do. So let's dig in. Let's talk dollars. According to the U.S. Department of Labor and Statistics, your turnover costs you 33% of your employee's total compensation, including salary and benefits. Consider your employee earns just $50,000 annually. He gets stressed. He either quits or you fire him. The cost to you and your business is $16,500. If you only fire or lose just 6 employees a year, and that's a low estimate, that's $99,000 lost. That's almost $100,000. Can you really afford that loss? And even if you could, why would you willingly allow this huge loss if you knew of a way to prevent it? You wouldn't. Absolutely not. You are a problem solver. You look for solutions. You're wired to find ways to increase your bottom line. And if you're shocked at that $100,000 loss, remember that's just for 1 year. Do the math over 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It's staggering to see your money lost, gone, your hard-earned dollars. Good news, you don't have to suffer that loss. Do I have your attention? This could be the difference between merely surviving and outright thriving. It could be the difference between retiring in style or not. You don't have time for training? Let's transition and talk about the damaging effects of the lack of empowering your team. When people quit or get fired, the team changes. Morale takes a dive. You didn't just lose an employee. You didn't just lose $16,500. The orange barrels start popping up everywhere. Productivity slows. The windfall has far more reaching ramifications than you realize. Wow! And your business does feel it. Trust me, this alone has devastated businesses. Let's schedule time to talk so you can better understand how together we can empower your team. You'll better understand what I do and see how training adds value to your bottom line. Adding value means driving more revenue, therefore increasing your bottom line. And there's no obligation, it's just a conversation to empower you with information, and information is power. Don't ignore this issue another day. Let's start making you more money now. It's true that we don't know what we've got until we lose it, but it's also true that we don't know what we've been missing until it arrives. There's a saying, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. Email me at elaine@elainedclark.com or call my cell 765-412-2052.